Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the International Business Review ASEAN Awards 2022. It's such a pleasure to host all of you here today. When you were invited, each one of you were carefully selected to bring the collective story of triumph into this one hall. Each of you have impacted your community, your country, your region, and some of you, even the world. So there are many stories here today. Stories of resilience, stories of heartbreak, stories of failed attempts, stories of perseverance, stories of astounding courage, stories of overcoming fear to become fearless, stories of lifetimes crushed yet rebuilding them again from worn-out tools, stories of dreams hitched to a star, stories of hope, stories of frustration, stories of unwavering commitment, stories of tears cried that no one has ever seen, stories of anxiety that you may not be able to make it, but you do, stories of faith, stories of trust, and ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, stories of success through it all. To all of this, 500 such individual stories that you have each brought in here today in this gathering of 500 extraordinary individuals coming together to celebrate excellence. Excellence in the corporate sector, excellence in government services delivery, excellence in innovative technology, and excellent leadership. The IBR ASEAN Awards is unique amongst all awards because it's an epic journey of storytelling. It comes back to the core and essence of who we are and what we are, transforming perspectives. Every single recipient who comes up and receives an award today, our writers have done extensive case studies on their strengths and their abilities that stands out amongst their peers. We submit this to an adjudication panel who are in a league of their own, and when approved, the most important part, we weave an extensive storytelling about who they are so that the entire world knows about them even before they come up on stage to receive their awards. After the event, we continue the excitement with post-event videos of the acceptance speech, the networking amongst the who's who of corporate and government elites, and so much more. And we use all the vehicles of dissemination that we have in our arsenal to maximize our storytelling. Number one, our traditional flagship publication, International Business Review, that's on a controlled circulation to 30,000 top corporate and government and diplomatic decision makers in the country. Number two, Voice of ASEAN, which connects 10 countries in Southeast Asia in one digital platform. Number three, regional powerhouses, our digital TV and our podcast. Number four, our multimedia newsletter that goes out to 10,200 emails of decision makers across Southeast Asia, including 544 journalists and media houses. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, the IBR ASEAN Award stands heads and shoulders above any other event of its category. Because life, ladies and gentlemen, is not a competition. It's not a comparison of who is financially better, who has sold more, or who has gotten more market share. We do not pit companies against each other and make a mockery by pretending that they are all cut from the same cloth, because they are not. Every company, every government agency excels in one way or another, and they have their own strengths, their own way of impacting the nation, and that one fine essence that makes them stand out amongst their peers. These tangibles, and sometimes these intangibles, are what we look for when my writers do their case studies. Things like what defines them, what makes them shine, why are they excellent in whatever it is that they do. We capture this essence and we position it. The IBR Asia Group has its own story too. We tell good stories for our clients because we have lived a great story ourselves. We drive ourselves harder than most. We push ourselves. We have transformed ourselves against all odds by creating our own reality. We have pulled ourselves up every time that we have failed, and we keep walking and running, and soon I hope flying. You will see each one of my tribesmen having a butterfly pinned to their lapels, because the butterfly is our spirit guide. And it's a symbol of powerful transformation, because that's what we are. We have formed partnerships in Thailand, Singapore, and the Philippines to create international business review localized to these countries, and ensuring that they are mailed out to the top corporate, government, and diplomatic decision makers in all these 3 countries, just like we do it here in Malaysia. And we are currently working on getting partnerships in Vietnam, Indonesia, Cambodia, India, and China. The objective is, by the next IBR ASEAN Awards, we will be having international business review in 6 ASEAN countries, and in India and in China. The plan, ladies and gentlemen, is to form an ecosystem of storytelling across all emerging markets: Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Middle East. The drive behind this belief is that we should own our own narratives. Southeast Asians should be defining who we are, our businesses, our policies, and our industries. We should be storytelling to the whole world about what we are doing and how we are going to do it. No filters, no disinformation, just us Asians creating our own realities for ourselves. And Africa needs this. Latin America needs this. Middle East needs this. We need our own voice. Yes, Ambassador. We need our own voice, curated by us, for us, and media is the most powerful tool to do just that. And you know what? The irony is, when I walked away from both my business and my life partner 7 years ago and said, you know what, I'll try to run this myself, thank you very much, he told me, you are in a sunset industry. You will run it to the ground. You are not capable enough. But here's the thing, it's the most hurtful things that happen to you that becomes the raging fire within that drives you to reach for success beyond your wildest dreams. And I think the IBR Asia Group is on that journey. Because everyone now believes that the sun either rises or sets if the media tells them so. And that's the power of storytelling. The power of storytelling is almost magical. And we are glad to be in an industry where we can help you be the sun and shine the light on your work and you. It's far from a sunset industry. I think it's the sun itself. So here's to all of you. Let's raise the cup to all of us here today. Here's to all your trauma, all your pain, all your fears, all your hard work, to all the impossible dreams we dream that push us to be the best version of us we can ever be. Here's to understanding that we create our own reality, that every level of success is possible. We just have to believe that we have what it takes. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's just as simple as that. My team members, or my tribesmen as I like to call them, are here with me today. And you are going to enjoy yourself tonight because my team is going to make sure that everything is executed flawlessly. Backstage, big hand to my backbone, Fong, Marina, Sugan. Right floor management, Sangeeta and Arif. Left floor management, Megan and Danya. Interviews today led by my senior most man and strategist, Eddie, wherever you are, and Punita. Floor management, the impeccable Nadia, who's keeping it all together. MC of the day, the young and very enthusiastic Izzat, my man. Managing VIP table and managing me most of the time. My light, Lavendra. Console management for flawless execution of the entire sequencing of every single video you see today, produced by us. Nash, the incredibly talented Nash who always gets it right, and I always tell him, I love you, Nash, because he gets it right no matter what. And leading my team of videographers and photographers today, the main 3 men, Aru, Rakesh, Ashraf. Special thanks to my editorial and production team who did all the interviews, all the videos, and have created the visual wonderment of magic that you will witness later today. Special thanks to my RSVP team who spent more than 1 month ensuring that we have today 500 C-suites of corporate and government Malaysia here today, and that's you. Big hand to yourselves. Another special thank you to the vivacious dancers from Asia Ballet Academy and Kenny Shim for choreographing the dance routines. They play a very integral part in today's The Best Is Yet to Be Seen. Thank you, Dato Sri Paul Chong, for doing this for us. And thank you to the adjudication panel, Dato Sri Azman Ujang from Malaysia, Dr. Brian Shager from Singapore, Her Excellency Yanti from Brunei, and both Hans Lukiman from Indonesia and Mr. Arun Chawla from India, who unfortunately could not be here today. Thank you to my esteemed presenters, and you all are going to know a lot more about them from the videos that we're playing today. And I'm so humbled and I'm so honored to have the magnificent Premier of Sarawak, Yang Amat Berhormat Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Abang Openg, to grace this event with his presence, and who will be coming up to give his keynote address later on. On behalf of the IPR Asia Group, I'm extremely grateful to all of you for being here today, for celebrating with us today. The night sky shines brighter today because of all you stars here illuminating it. So ladies and gentlemen, the best is yet to be seen in more ways than one. So let the show begin.